I think he was just really well prepared, and I think it was more so a reflection of my own performance versus him being, super outstanding. I couldn't get my momentum going like I wanted to, and I just felt kind of flat.
Yeah, you felt flat out there. How about talking about his strength? That was a big, factor that a lot of people thought about. Of course, they saw his build and how he looked. Was he stronger than you anticipated?
No. I think he was exactly the fighter that I expected him to be. I think his combinations were the thing that were a bit more impressive. But more so, again, like it was a reflection of my own performance and me just not fighting the way I know I can.
Before we take questions from the media, can I ask what the game plan was going into the fight?
Yeah, look, it's just pressure, come forward, stick it on them, keep the combinations going, fake coming in, work to the body, throw my 1-2s, don't stop jabbing, sharp on the defense. We knew his jab was going to be long and fast, taking away the jab, getting him, coming in with the check hook, which started to work.
You landed that right hand a couple of times. Were you surprised that it didn't phase him or didn't hurt him as much as you thought it might?
I didn't really land it flush. Man. And I think that was, a part of the reason it was tough for me to get my best shots going. Just me setting them up. I don't know what it was, but I just didn't have that, energy. So I guess that happens. That happens. And I felt like this in the first Tyron Woodley fight when we went all 8 rounds. I just felt kind of flat. But that obviously that fight I just was able to pull it off. But it happens in the sport sometimes in these big moments, I guess.
Let me pivot a little bit and just ask you about your experience here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia fighting in Diriyah. How was the experience all around?
Man, it's been great. It's been wonderful. Everyone here is so nice. Just had an amazing fight week. Everyone's super welcoming. So I love it here, man. And they even brought me food waiting in the locker room. I've been waiting to eat some food. So yeah, the people here are amazing, and it's been good, man. Maybe we do the rematch right back here.
Well, on behalf of Skill Challenge Entertainment Enterprise, I want you to know that how much we appreciated having you, hosting you, promoting the fight, working with your business partner, co-founder of MVP Promotions, Nikisa Badarian. You guys were great to work with. It was a very easy fight to put together. We did not have, even though we thought it might be problematic dealing with the problem child, it was a great experience in doing it, and we look forward to many more ventures in the future. Nikisa, how would you rate the evening? The fight, the build-up, just overall performance?
Look, this was a journey that started 2.5 years ago, and we just pulled off one of the biggest events in boxing.
Yeah.
The number of important figures of boxing that were here tonight, the sheer chatter online, and the numbers that have been actually achieved in terms of pay-per-view globally are nothing but impressive and speaks to what Jake brought to the table, what Tommy brought to the table, and what the promotion that you guys put together brought to the table. So we're extremely happy with that. I think, look, you definitely don't want to lose, but Jake hurt him, and he hit Jake. That's how I view the fight. Jake definitely hurt Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury definitely hit Jake more than Jake hit him probably in the end.
We'll take some questions from the media. First one here down in the front.
Okay, first of all, welcome Saudi, Jake. We saw a great performance in your fight, though you didn't succeed in it. It's the first time you don't prove people wrong. So I would like to ask you about another matchup instead of the rematch with Tyson Fury. No, Tommy Fury, I'm sorry. Is the match with KSI interesting to you anymore?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I think I got to go get this one back. And KSI is yet to fight a real opponent, so we don't even know his actual skill level. But obviously that's still a massive fight. But I'm going to go back for this rematch. I just talked to Tommy back in the medical room, and he's like, let's go. Let's do it again. And he's down for it. So I think that'll be the focus first and foremost. I'm going to prove that I can go and fight a better fight than I did tonight and get that W.
Jake, what do you think would change in the rematch? What would you do different?
Man, there's a lot of things. I got to go back and look at the tape and really dissect it. But I know when I'm in a flow state, when I'm feeling good, and when I'm having an amazing night, and this just wasn't that. And look, I don't want to sit here and make excuses, but I know I can be better.
Next question. All the way in the back there. Yes, ma'am. Oh, sir.
Jake, pro boxing fans, commiserations on the defeat tonight. Can you tell us what you told Tommy just before the decision was read out? I saw you were talking to him in the ring.
We just said respect. That was a good war, a good fight. He was impressed by my skill. He said, look, I've been doing this since 6 years old, and you've been doing it for 3 years, and you put up a war. So, it was cool. I love the sport for this reason, right? You can be enemies beforehand and saying all this crazy stuff, and then when you beat the blood out of each other at the end of the day, there's just respect there, and that's why this sport's so cool.
Next question, sure.
Hey, how you doing? Sam Amiman from Arab News. So, the last time I interviewed you, you were with your brother at Crown Jewel, and both of you guys have main evented in Saudi Arabia. Your brother main evented the WWE's event here, and now you've main evented a boxing event in Saudi. How do you basically see the rise of the sports industry in terms of having global events in Saudi, and what would you like to see from an international participant's perspective happen here?
Well, look, man, it's just proving to be an amazing place for all sorts of sports, and the turnout tonight was crazy. We had more American superstars in the building here in Saudi than we do in the States. So this is becoming a hub and just a really awesome place to put on events because the fans turn out. They're so excited, even if they were booing me, but it's all good, man. I have love for everyone here.
Next question. Yeah, right there. الأخ بالحطة.
السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام.
كيف كان تأثير حضور العائلة له اليوم وأيضا شقيقة؟
How did it feel to have the family around you and your brother Logan here and support you?
Man, they're always the best, and they're always there for me. I appreciate them. I love them. And, we've had a lot of ups and downs throughout our careers and our lives, and we're always there for each other. Boxing's for one night or a couple nights out of your life, but family and love is forever, and that's what's the most important at the end of the day.
Right next to him, yes, sir.
أنس الغنامي MBC أكشن. كيف يشوف تفاعل الجمهور السعودي اليوم في آخر نزال بينه وبين تيم فيوري؟
What do you think about the fans and the overall atmosphere during your fight with Tommy?
It was awesome, man. It was really awesome. The whole event felt like a movie, packed out. So, like I said, it was an amazing opportunity to be here, and I want to thank the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia once again for having me.
Michelle.
Hi. Did you hear about Drake betting $400,000 onto you tonight, and do you feel like that affected you through the Drake curse?
Fuck, this is Drake's fault. Drake, bro. Why you do this to me? Nah, it's my fault. But 400,000 is nothing to him. So, but he's won a lot more money betting on me before, so he's probably about even now. Sorry, Drake. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that W in the rematch.
Yes, sir.
Jake, over here. Are you planning to activate the rematch clause pretty much immediately, and do you have a time frame for when you would like to do that rematch?
I think we're going to sit down, talk to Tommy, his dad, the Warrens, and determine when's the right time for the rematch. They were pretty clear that they want to do the rematch inside the ring, and afterwards when Tommy came and saw Jake, again, he reiterated he would love to run it back. So we're going to figure out what the right time is for all parties involved.
Next question. Yep, right up in front, sir.
كيف ترى النزالات التي حصلت اليوم؟ وهل هناك نزال أعجبك؟ نزال معين أعجبك؟
Have you watched any of the previous fights that took place before your fights, and what do you think about the Saudi fighters and the other fighters?
I didn't get to watch a lot of it. I just saw that Badu Jack won. But that's really it. But congrats to Badu, man. Big moment for him.
Radio Raheem up in the front.
I was just backstage with all the Pauls, all the great boxers who were ringside, and to a man, they all said that the performance tonight qualifies you as a true professional boxer in the tradition of the pugilist science. Even though you didn't get the win, does that feel good?
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. I've always known what my own skill level was. And unfortunately, I couldn't pull it off. I knocked him down, which is cool, but still wasn't even my best performance. And I still have a long way to go, man. It's been 3 years as a pro, and I'm doing things on the biggest level, in front of the whole world, global scale. And so I have a lot of room to grow and improve, and that's what I plan on doing.
Jake, let me jump in here for a question. You say that, and I think a lot of people just buy into the Jake Paul hype train that, he's got to fight a real guy, fight a real guy, fight a real guy. But you have only been doing this for 3 years. I mean, that doesn't even constitute even a decent amateur career, let alone a pro career where you're selling pay-per-views. The amount of pressure that's on you. Do you think that you're getting a fair shake in how you're classified this early in your career?
Yeah, look, I don't really know. I think after tonight, you're going to see everyone on the internet saying, oh, the first time he fought a pro boxer, he lost, blah, 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 blah. And I get that. But I've definitely beat really tough opponents in again, a short amount of time. And I'm going to get back into the gym, continuing to work on my craft and the sport of boxing. And I'll let my performances and actions speak for me.
Next question, please. Yes, sir, up in front.
Congrats on a great fight and a great event. Did you feel any more nerves in the changing room just before the fight, considering this was the biggest sort of step up in your career?
No, I don't think it was the nerves. I think it was something with my energy levels or feeling flat. I feel like something was just off. I don't know what it was, but I wasn't nervous. My heart rate was low the whole entire day, the whole entire fight week. So it really wasn't the nerves. And I've felt what it's like to be nervous in a fight, and that sucks, but it wasn't that. So I just don't know. I didn't have my best performance, and that's really all it is.
Yeah. A lot of people are sort of pointing to the fact you took Tommy to a split decision, dropped him as well. Do you think it's somewhat funny that actually in defeat it seems to be that you're getting the most amount of respect?
I mean, is that the word online? I don't know.
Yeah, people are, saying about how great a performance it was. It was a tight fight. You dropped him.
Yeah.
It was a split decision.
Yeah. Look, man, I got to go back and watch the fight to see how I would score it. But again, I'm not the judges, and they said I lost, so I'll respect their decision. But that's why I do think the rematch is huge here, because it was such a close fight, and really could be, I guess, if the fans are saying it's a controversial win. But congrats to Tommy, man. Seriously, he's a great fighter, fast fighter, powerful fighter. He showed a lot of heart tonight, and I think this is the first time he was really tested in any of his fights. But we did big business, a big event, and for that reason, the rematch is going to be even bigger.
We'll take one last question before we wrap it up. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, it's Princy, Russian Emirates. We've arrived from Dubai here just to support you today, Jake. You did an amazing job. And again, for the experience you've been in this industry, you did an extremely beautiful job. So my question to you is, why did you start boxing? Where did this all come from?
Yeah, look, boxing found me in a moment in my life where I needed that discipline. I was going down this weird, crazy path in Los Angeles. That probably would have ended up with me dead or in jail. And seriously, boxing saved my life, and I fell in love with the sport. And that's why I've dedicated everything to it. So I love this sport. I owe this sport a lot, and I'll continue to make a massive impact outside of the ring and inside of the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, the problem child, Jake Paul.